Okay.
All right. Welcome to a very special episode of the Mousetrap podcast. It's been a while, and so me and Evan got brainstorming and reached out to the your hosts Carter and Isaac to see if they would mind if we took over for a day. So here we are with surprise guest Drake Bass. Drake, any big updates?
Okay, actually, I will say this. So for those of you who haven't spoken to me recently, which about real life things could be pretty recently, um, other people could be a long time. I've decided to no longer go the Navy route, and I'm now going to pursue Metro Police instead. So that is the current life update. So.
Nice. Are you planning to
Nice.
stay in the OKC area?
That's the plan for right now, but we'll see what happens. So,
Sweet. Well, I hear
see.
all roads lead to Nashville, so
Come
I might
on.
make it there myself one day, hopefully, in
all
in
right.
5 years or something.
Yeah, one could hope. One could hope.
Hmm.
All
All
right,
right.
well, we're going to keep it moving. We've got a decent amount of stuff to talk about, and I know Evan's got prior commitments. So here we go. Here's our slide that we do with our guests. And since me and Evan are technically the guests, and we also have Drake here, I threw this together. Do you want to give us any of y'all can guess who these people are? Maybe we'll start with the guy on the left, and then we can move to the guys on the right.
Um, I mean, this is the Mavs championship squad. I know you sit on the left, but I'm going against the rules. I'm assuming
Okay.
this Seahawks guy is supposed to be me. There's Evan and Evan's less cool brother. There's Evan and Evan's more cool brother. Um, and yeah,
Yeah,
that
so we've
is.
got the Paul Johns. This is top left is the first picture that comes up when you search Evan Paul John on Google.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
And then the
Nice.
one with Charlie also pops up, so I thought that was great. And then we didn't know we were having you on till tonight, so I just I did a quick Google search for Austin Davis, and these are the first two guys that come up. So equally as cool, former NFL quarterback, and I believe he's the deputy governor of Pennsylvania or something
Nice.
like that. So yeah, equal coolness. I mean, really. Um, but yeah, we can move on from that.
Heck yeah.
Special shout out to all the people who made F It We Chop, F It We Chop.
Rip.
Unfortunately, we've lost many of our members, and only four of us remain. Me,
Mm,
Austin, Drake, and Char.
Yeah, it's been
mm.
super super exciting. I thought about putting together some sort of Chat GPT created poem, but I didn't want to do Carter's bit any shame, and so I didn't want to steal his thunder. If he wants to do that in the future, I'll let him do that. But figured I could put an in memoriam on here for everyone that's fallen.
You calling his poems Chat GPT generated?
No, no, no. I just don't have the creativity for that.
The eloquence?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right,
And
here
then
we
here
go.
we've got the remaining four, and in order of their waiver dollars remaining, as well as this week's pickups. Drake, I'd love to hear your take on this order of waiver dollars, that because that's pretty interesting, and then also on your maybe your favorite pickups.
Man, so Austin reached out to me before waivers went through, and he was like,
No way.
"How much are you
Delusion.
gonna spend?" And I was like, I hit him with like the shrug emoji, because I was like, I'm not gonna tell you, because he had 104 and I had like 160 something. Um, so I just went $1 over whatever he had to get Tyrese, and I kind of figured that would put me under Evan, which it did. But all that goes to say, I thought that was a funny tidbit. The ad of Denny for $19 is absurdly good. And I know, like, obviously it's a different ratio now because everyone has different amounts of money, but I don't care. Denny for $19 is a great ad.
Yeah, that one hurt me. I bid 12. I was hoping nobody would see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin beat me by 7, which was brutal. I did get Austin Reeves for $1 though, who put up like 12 yesterday. So,
Bang.
yeah. I will
Yeah,
say I'm proud of Char here. He got a couple of useful guys, even though he had no money.
Yeah.
Chet, Deontay, and Julius Randle was huge for him.
It was pretty
I would
solid.
say at this point,
Yeah.
um, especially Keontae.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
shout out Char.
definitely the best value picks, I think, for Char.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured Drake would give me the response he did, and so I was kind of hoping he would just say that and then not bid his whole amount since he knows that I couldn't beat him. It didn't quite work out like that. I mean, he beat me on Tyrese, but I got Shea for cheaper than I thought I'd be able to, and Denny,
Yeah.
obviously. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I
Those are
was
good
expecting
pickups.
Drake to bid a lot more on Shea rather than
Yeah,
on Tyrese, but
I
I
really did
think Shea
not
is a
ex
better player, but fantasy wise,
yeah.
you can't argue with the numbers.
Tyrese has been going off,
hmm.
and I didn't expect to spend as much as I did, so now I'm stuck with $3, and I'm not excited about that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Are we actually I won't. Okay, nice.
Here
Yeah, so me and Evan
are,
have organized our power rankings, and we can just kind of go. I mean, since there's not many, we can quickly go by line, and then Drake can kind of say if you agree or disagree. But I'll go for those listening. I have Evan at one, Drake at two, me at three, and Char at four. And Evan has Drake at one, me at two, himself at three, and Char at four.
yeah, I had Drake first here. I think he has the best combination of current roster and money, so that's why I have him here. Uh, I believe you have Maxey, Jalen Johnson, forgetting who else you have, but you have another pretty big one.
Luca.
Uh, yeah, that's right. And then you still have money to go outspend pretty much everybody but me. Well,
Hmm.
everybody but me by, you know, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I had Drake first. I had Austin second. I like Austin's roster. I think he can win with what he has right now, but we'll see.
Yeah, my the reason I put myself lower than you and Drake is because although I think my roster is the most like top to bottom stacked in the league, I also have a ton of injuries right now, and they're all minor, but like it cuts my games per week down from like four to like maybe one. Or like
Mm.
Shea comes out with an injury today and now he's out till after the All-Star break. So if I don't survive this week, then, well, obviously I'm out. But like if I can survive, I think I'll be good. But I think that's going to be much more difficult than it is for y'all to. And then, I mean, we're consensus on Charlie. He has no money, so if he survives, it's going to be kind of
It'll be
picking up
close.
scraps, which I mean, same for me too. Like I have $3. I can bet a dollar or two on somebody, but
Yeah.
I pretty much have to go with what I got.
You can
Yeah,
definitely win with scraps, but Char will be hoping for duds from big time guys.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys have this lined up for like after this, so I apologize if I'm like jumping the gun, but honestly, like I'm not saying power rankings, but I think if Evan keeps making it week by week, I think he's going to beat everybody. Like just with the amount of money he has left, it's being $40 more than me. And then his team is solid top to bottom. I mean, everyone this is because there's four people left, but I don't know. He put up like 305 last week, and that was kind of nuts. Um,
Yeah, I
I
will
don't
say
know.
I'm kind of shocked I'm here. I lost my top three picks were Jokic, Giddey, and Austin Reeves, and I lost all of them for like a month.
I
And
mean,
Yup,
I had to spend everything I had on Katie and Cooper, and they got me here. So I had to stream a Jake
they did.
LaRavia game to beat out somebody, and that was
That's
crazy.
insane.
yeah.
But here we
Purely
are.
from a money standpoint, like you kind of put yourself in a similar position to that Isaac did for football, where
Hmm.
just hang on long enough, and if you end it, like in the last week, he had double the money that I did, and so he got whoever he wanted, and so I mean, you've done a good job of just hanging around, and now you kind of control the board. So that's pretty exciting. Then of course, like next week, I mean, I might have a good team, Char might have a good team, but like all those players are gone. So
Yeah, fingers crossed Drake loses so I can win everybody with $40.
Dude, you could, yes, you could get my whole team for what? How much money do you have left? 104?
100, yeah, I think so. Or
And Austin
103.
has three.
I have three.
Yeah,
So
it's been
yeah,
four
Oh my
bucks and
gosh, dude.
you
I
got a
mean,
different team.
$4 on everyone. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
absurd.
looking for this
Oh
week.
my goodness.
hmm
We'll see
Yeah,
though.
we will see.
yeah. Well, we can move
Uh,
on
yeah,
to
next.
some things that involve everybody, since I know a lot of people have been checked out of Chopped. We've got Dynasty basketball power rankings, and these we may spend a little bit more time on, and we've definitely got a lot more differences. I was going down the list earlier just to see if we had any that were, really in common, but I think our lists are pretty different, so it might take some discussion. Um, Again, for those listening, I'll run through them super quick. I have one Tucker, then Drake, then myself. Four Logan, Nixon, Chitty, Charlie, TJ, Carter, Evan, Isaac, and then rounding it out with Grant. Evan has Tucker at one as well, and then me at two, Carter at three, Drake four, Logan five, and then Nixon, Evan, Grant, Charlie, Chitty, TJ, and Isaac at the bottom.
Yeah, I will say I didn't dive super deep into this, so may not be, I may change my opinion. But just off the start, I think both of us have Tucker at the top. I think Tucker has like
Jag.
an all NBA level guy at like pretty much every starting position. Um, and they're not super ancient either. Yeah, so Tucker's gonna be good for a long time. And then kind of in the same mold, I have Austin second. Um, Austin, I think, is just a step behind Tucker, but he's right there in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely wanted to put myself towards the top. I didn't want to be, too hot on myself. But yeah, I think I just looked at everyone's rosters real quick as I was going down the list, and I mean Tucker, obviously, like you said, just amazing roster. Really, no holes. Like I had thought about like approaching him just about a trade or something, and I mean he's got some mid-level guys, but like all the guys that he plays score, well at least once a week. I feel like, and then Drake similarly has like put together some really good young guys and some good mid-level guys as well and doesn't have any holes. So especially since Tucker has not lost yet, I had to put him up there and I put Drake above myself.
The New York Knicks do have the most points for by 21. Just throwing that out there.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I
pretty
definitely got
close.
lucky last week against Nixon and then I had another loss. So I've been on the ropes already, which is way different than last time
No,
we tried fantasy
no,
basketball. So
it's fair.
And then going down, I've got. I'd be interested to hear, Evan. You've got Carter at three. I've got him at nine. That's a
Yeah, it's
pretty
quite the
large gap. So
difference.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so this is Isaac's doing. Isaac trading, we'll talk about this in a second, but Isaac traded Alex Sarr and traded for Alex Sarr and basically gave away Trey Young and Brandon Miller. So Carter has like six or seven of the top guys. Um, or he has like three of the top, three out of the first two rounds, I think, of our redraft, and then he has his original Shingun, Halliburton, and who's the other one?
Duran.
Yeah, and Dur. Yeah, he has. Yeah, so he now has a core of Duran, Miller, Tatum, Halliburton, Shingun, and yeah, Trey Young. So he has a lot of really young guys who are big time producers. So my approach to, I guess, this Dynasty Power Rankings was who's going to win in the next 2 or 3 years. I think Carter's pretty high up on that list, having guys who are just now entering their primes, and who are big time NBA talents.
That definitely makes sense. I was thinking of it more of just like right now, and since he was so injured, like I agree, his team is going to be a real problem here in the next year or two. But just right now, I think he might be trying to lose. I don't know if that's still going on or what. But yeah, because of the injuries, I just had him down pretty low, but not in like the lowest tier because I think he's, maybe won a game or something like that. So
Yeah, I will say if he keeps tanking too, with this kind of roster and he ends up with one of the top guys this year, it's over for the rest of us.
I mean, it's all a chance game at this point. So I'd be interested. He's definitely a team to watch going forward. But yeah, the injuries have held him back this year at least. I'd be interested to see how he goes next year. I'm trying to look for other big discrepancies. I mean, we've got Logan, Nixon, Drake all up there in the same kind of tier.
Yeah.
Charlie is separated a little bit. I think TJ's the next one that's pretty separated, and then at the bottom you've got Grant a lot higher than I do. So maybe talk about TJ and Grant there.
Yeah, let me go back and look at their teams real quick. I think TJ's team I liked because he has a lot of younger guys that I think have been somewhat proven, but still have another step that they can take. I really like that he has Keyshawn George and Keontae George. I guess we'll see how this changes now that the AD trade happened. So perhaps that cramps spacing for Keyshawn, and Keyshawn isn't quite can't quite show the growth that I was expecting, but that's why I had him here originally. He also has Bub Carrington, who I think is kind of a sleeper guy for the rest of the year. Trey Young's, probably not playing the rest of this year. Bub Carrington can shoot it. He gets rebounds and assists pretty well for a point guard. So I like him a lot. And then Dimmon's shown he was originally thought of as kind of a guy who wasn't going to be able to get um, past defenders just because he was too slow. But he started to show that he can get past guys, and so I think that really opens up his game quite a bit. And so I think there's a big step that Dimon will probably take in the next few years. So that's why I had TJ a little bit lower, but I think there's great potential for him in the future, and that's why I can understand that he's at number 8 on your list. And then if you want to talk about TJ,
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same that you do. He's got a lot of really good young guys, and I think he's really into keeping them and seeing how they progress. He's also got some decent draft picks, and I think he's the type of person that would kind of go after more draft picks. So, yeah, I think that'll be good. Drake, before we move on, maybe any person that sticks out to you or something you want to note that you see on here?
Um, so I guess I hadn't fully processed, um, aside from Isaac's like big four, like Alex Sarr, Josh Giddey, um, Wemby, and then there's someone else. Alex Sarr, Josh
Denny,
Giddey. Oh,
it's
Denny,
Denny.
Denny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his team sucks. Um,
Yeah.
However, if he played those four, it would probably put him 3 or 4 higher in the power rankings. Um, Now, given we know what's going on, um, I do think actually, I just wanted to point out. I know we were talking about Carter and potentially him like tanking or not. He locked in Isaiah Collier's monster game last night,
Oh,
um,
good for
where he
Carter.
almost put up 20 and 20, and then who's this? Dominique Barlow, um, who if you haven't heard of him, he's like the third string center for the Sixers, where he had 26 and 16. So Carter's locked in. He's competing, I guess. So good for him.
Yeah, I think a lot of the middle is definitely subject to change. I mean, for me, like I think there's a top tier of maybe Logan and above, but then from Nixon down to like Evan, I could see any of those people moving up or down. And I mean, even Nixon, like he doesn't make a lot of moves, but he always has a solid team, and I appreciate that
Yeah.
about him. But so I could see even him knocking somebody off, or if Giannis comes back, Chitty could do well. So yeah, it'll be an interesting second half of the season here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just real quick, I had Isaac in last because he has nobody outside those four. Um, yeah, and then Chitty, I think Chitty is good, but I don't think he's good enough to win, so that's why I have him towards the bottom, looking towards the future. He definitely has some moves to make if he wants to win soon, and if he doesn't want to win soon, then his stars are going to be old, and then he's rebuilding for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So that's why I
Good
have
point.
Chitty down at 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Draft day trades. All right, so here was this. This was the first one where Carter traded the picks that became Alex Sarr and Derek Lively to Isaac. And Isaac traded the picks back to Carter that became Trey Young and Brandon Miller. I've already shared my thoughts on this. I think this was a bad mistake. I also think Derek Lively was a mistake at the pick where he was. I love Lively, but dude can't stay on the court.
Oh.
And yeah,
Yeah, I don't have just a ton to say about it. I mean, I do think Carter, obviously, I mean, in hindsight, has won this. I think Isaac was interested in Lively when I had him on my team before the redraft, or maybe even trade for him. I can't remember, but that may have been him trying to get that. I do think Derek Lively will put up really good numbers because I think the Mavs move off of Gafford in the next year or
Yeah.
two, and he's just going to be. I think he's going to be the main guy for a while. And then the bottom one with me, just kind of a nothing deal. I mean, it's not a nothing deal. I think I got great value out
Yeah,
of
you
it because I
definitely
didn't
did.
want to pick anyone, and I sent it off to Charlie as like a, it either happens or it doesn't, but he accepted it, and so now I get another second.
You get another shot in the dark, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's what your team is built off of if you're a, contender. So I will point out, I don't, currently the Carter Isaac trade. I mean, Carter wins it pretty easily, pretty handily. Alex Sarr has done like more of a 180 in terms of a prospect, in my opinion, um, than I've seen in a long time. Like Alex Sarr, I thought he was garbage last year. Like anytime I could trash Alex Sarr, I was like, yeah, this dude sucks. And it's funny because I would like bring him up in conversations with Jokic whenever I was trying to discredit Jokic and be like, hey, Shea should win the MVP. Because I was like, yeah, Alex Sarr dropped 40 on Jokic or something like that. He put up a lot of points against Jokic last year. But now I actually think he's good. And so if he continues on this trajectory, along with y'all thinking Derek Lively might actually get on the court, this could be like, I hate to say it, but like Isaac playing 4D chess here, man. Like it's just if it works out for him, I'm gonna be furious because it shouldn't, but we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm high on Alex Sarr. I think he'll be good. My issue was he could have taken Duran and,
Yeah, that's
gotten one
fair.
of those other guys
Yeah.
as
It's
well.
totally fair.
But, um, you know, good for Isaac if it works out. I
Yeah.
would love for Lively to stay on the floor, but we'll see if that happens.
All right, let's breeze through these pretty quickly. We've got post draft trades here coming up to the deadline. Here's all the excitement we've had so far. I mean, I'll let y'all talk about the one that involves me, and I'll give my thoughts on this Tucker Isaac one. I mean, Isaac essentially is getting the last pick of the first round here, or maybe the second to last, if I had to guess. And Tucker
Yeah.
gets a pretty dominant center, especially now that Harden's gone. Like he's gonna be getting the ball more potentially. Darius Garland, I don't know, but a third is, I mean, essentially nothing. It might just be some lubricant to get some more trades to push through if Tucker wants to do that. I mean, you throw a couple thirds in there, and then maybe somebody does something.
Right.
But then Powell, like surprisingly, really good this year. I didn't know he was like that prior to this year, but hey,
Oh yeah. He's a big dog. Um, I, I think jury's still out on if Zoo is going to be productive without Harden because Harden's done it in the past with like Clint Capella, Dwight Howard whenever he first got to Houston. Trying to think of like other bigs he's played with, but essentially like he is a great table setter, and I mean we know that. But now Zoo was good before Harden, but Harden's like top tier at getting these guys who have no offensive game to score. So it'll be interesting. DG's good at it too. So I don't know.
Yeah. Moving on, we have Grant gets a 2028 first from Nixon and gives up AD and a third. I hate AD, so good for Grant.
yeah, I don't know anything about the 2028 draft class. I imagine this is going to be, if I know Will Nixon, he's going to finish somewhere mid-table, and so I imagine this is somewhere around the 5 or 6 or 8. I don't know. It'll be a decent pick, and I think he moves off of a piece of glass and gives up a third. So, I mean, there's a future where AD could go off for a few games and be really productive for Nixon. I'm also just excited that Nixon's making trades. Like that's
Yeah, me
fantastic.
too.
But I don't know. This
This
is
is a
a time will tell kind of trade, I think.
this is a Woj bomb for sure. It was awesome seeing Will Nixon has made a trade.
Next up, we have
Yeah, y'all can
Logan.
discuss it the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was baffled. I mean, I know Trey Murphy's young. I know he's really good, and I mean, I think he's currently going off right now. If I heard correctly earlier, so that's pretty exciting, I guess. And I mean, if you're a Trey Murphy fan, this is great. I mean, but I just don't know if he's going to be like the guy to build a team around. And I think that's what I would want for 3 first round picks. So, if he produces consistently for you, then that's great. But I think he may have overpaid slightly.
Yeah, I like this
It's not
trade.
slightly.
I think it's kind of it's good for Logan to get these picks, especially after we saw him give up literally every pick in the last league.
Oh,
Um, and then I like Drake's attitude of he believes in Trey Murphy and is gonna go get his guy. So I hope it works out for him. Trey Murphy certainly has the ability to put up stats all across the board. So we'll see how it works out.
All right. So yeah, this week I kind of figured approaching the trade deadline we'd have some crazy moves going on, but here's what we've got, and I've been in talks with lots of people because I think it's exciting and it's fun, and some people like to roast, but that's okay, and I'll just sit back and let y'all say what you think about these.
Let's see. First trade, Austin gets 2 picks and gives up Peyton Pritchard. That second, I think I like that trade for you, Austin. Pritchard's producing right now, but I believe he's a little bit older, 29, I think, ish,
yeah,
something like that.
upper
I don't think
20s.
he's really good enough to maybe start on fantasy squads long term. So I like that you get a second, even though who knows what that could become. Um, and then you also get that third, which I mean, it's not much, but it's something. So
I thought, hmm, I how did how did he get Richard and a second when you got a second and a third?
The idea here was Pritchard is on my trade block,
Uh,
and Carter is tanking. And so rather than picking at the end of the second round, I move up to the top of the second round and I get a
okay,
third round in
okay.
exchange. Uh, Originally, I just asked for a second round pick flat out from Carter, and
Hmm.
he proposed like a 27 or 28. And I was like, okay, I lied. I actually want a 26 second because I don't know anything about 27 except that
Right.
people have said it's bad. And I kind of went back into this draft since I had given up my first for KD. And so we kind of worked this out. I mean, I may have given more than I wanted to, but also I got to move up quite a few picks, and I get a third round dart next year. So I'm
Gotcha.
not super
Okay.
upset about it. And then
Yeah.
talking with Logan was able to package the seconds that I got in those other trades for first, a second, and LeBron, who hopefully I'm praying to God plays another couple years.
He's been solid. I mean, if he stops playing this year, I mean, if you win again, no apologies. You
Yeah,
apologize for nothing. You win. So, you know,
yeah.
yeah, I should have said my on that Pritchard trade. My view was that Carter 27 third um, might be kind of similar. Well, maybe I don't know. That Austin 2026 second is probably closer to a third. So I was kind of equating
yeah,
that 26 second and 27 third. Um, yeah.
yeah.
And then with this other trade, I like that Austin gets 2 picks here um, for
Hmm.
similar production, current production as Lowry. So
And it's not like Laurie's just like a super young guy. He's almost
no.
30.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
was looking
11
at it.
years younger than LeBron, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 28 and their production is almost identical, but LeBron has actually played more this year. And so for me that just was worth more than having a uh, kind of on the verge all-star.
I mean, and you got a first out of it. Like
Oh yeah, for
that's,
sure. Yeah, super happy about
that's
that.
more than you expect, honestly.
I think Laurie will have a lot of missed games too down the stretch.
Yeah.
So the Jazz can keep their pick,
Hmm.
but we'll see.
All right. So this is a new segment we wanted to do just to spice things up a little bit and to get people excited about our fantasy league. So here at the trade deadline, you've got Evan, Dr. Paul John over here, and Austin kind of pseudo doctor. And so we've got just some suggestions at the deadline for a few teams that we think might be helpful or might, poke them in the right direction if they want to or need to make a trade. And so we're gonna share those, and Drake, you can give your reactions as we go.
Yeah, so my first one was just that Charlie should consolidate and then add guys to his roster. He can just add straight up guys off the waiver right now. So I would recommend that. The consolidate, he has a lot of like mid-level guys. If he can throw some of those guys in a trade and get a more solid guy, that's what I would do if I was Charlie. And then Nixon, I think needs to make a win now trade. He's got a lot of pretty good players who are older. So maybe give up a draft pick. And I guess he did that with AD, but I would do it again, just to try and really polish off that roster.
Yeah, so on my side, my suggestion was for Tucker the Jag. I know we just got done glazing him, saying he's got the number one team in the league, and I still think that's true, but I think with like 1 to 2 moves here carefully at the deadline, I mean, he's still got a ton of picks, and I think if he made a move or two here to sell his kind of mid-level guys, I'm looking at like Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen, Zach Levine, like those kind of guys that this AO, like people that are averaging, between 10 and 15 points a game, package those with a pick or two and get like a really solid, 18, 20, 22 point per game score. I think he becomes unstoppable if he's able to do that. And I'm sure there's plenty of people that would be willing to sell for a slightly, a slight worse guy to take from Tucker in exchange for getting some picks. So it's worth a shot. And then for Chitty, I said that he should pick a timeline. Looking at his squad, he's got like some really good young guys. I mean, he's got Khan, who's been going off, obviously. He's got Jaron Jackson. He's got Darren Fox, who's not that young anymore, but he's still good. Darius Garland. I mean, Jared McCain. He's got some really good guys, but a lot of them are injured or not producing currently. And then, of course, he's got Giannis, who's out. So either commit to tanking a little bit while these guys are injured and make your team really good next year, or go ahead and sell off some of these injury prone, worse guys and really bolster your roster so that you can actually compete until Giannis comes back.
And then for number three, for TJ, just patience. If you start losing, don't sell all your guys. Just hold out. You can do it. You'll get competitive one day. For Austin, I have to trade for a consistent power forward. He has a few pretty good power forwards like LeBron and Pascal, but I think LeBron is old. He'll probably sit a lot of games. Hopefully he doesn't, but he may. And then with Pascal, especially because they're tanking this year, Pascal may end up sitting a lot towards the end. Um, and then Durant gets hurt every now and then too. So I would get just some depth at power forward if I was Austin. And then for Drake, I don't remember who your centers are at the moment, but I think if I'm remembering right, you could get an upgrade. You have Nurkic right now. Uh, Not Nurkic. You do have Nurkic, right?
I have Hart, Nurk,
Yeah.
Keita,
You
uh,
have a few pretty decent.
Nas Reed is really more of a power forward, but
Yeah. You have a few decent guys, but you have none that are like top tier centers. So that was my thought on that.
And then my last bit of advice is just kind of league wide. And I think we've done a decent job, but especially here at the deadline, if you're not sure what you should do, just make an offer, reach out to somebody, shoot a text, see what they want for someone. I mean, I texted Logan to see if he'd take a third for LeBron, and then after looking at him and talking to Logan for a few hours, we came to a deal that we both liked, and I feel like I've gotten some good things out of trades the past few days, and it's just been a lot of fun. I mean, that's kind of part of what a fantasy is about. So, if you want to make a move, and don't let a fleece text, hold you back.
especially since we say fleece after every
Yeah, after
single
every single
trade.
trade.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
And then I think this is our last thing, but just hitting on football since we're in the off season. We've got one Belichick's trade that happened between me and TJ. Any comments on this?
This was quite the controversy for some
It
reason.
was. I was dogging you at first, and then I saw the vision. So, thanks for whoever helped me see the light. Um, and truly, anytime I'm like dogging somebody, I'm not really dogging them. It's more so just like I need to see the vision, and if you've got a vision, I like it. Um, no, I think it's interesting. You get more shots than in the dark at a draft that's already like if you're not picking one, then like who cares? Honestly, like if you're not getting Jeremiah Love, I don't think it's really a big deal where you're picking. 102 and 112 almost have the same value in my eyes. So, I like it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm excited. And hey, this started with the TJ text to me, so reach out to somebody. Worst case scenario, y'all get to talk and catch up. Best case scenario, you get a good trade out of it. And yeah, so I think that's
I have a
oh,
couple more things.
all right.
Just general fantasy advice. One, you don't have to win the trade immediately. Jalen Johnson put up like zero and he put up like 1.1 rebound or something his rookie year. If you give up a first for him, even that early on, suddenly you have a guy who's an all-star and big time guy later on. So if you got to overpay to get your guy, maybe like Drake did, to get Trey Murphy, then it's
He
worth
put
it.
up 43 tonight, so
Yeah, so you don't have to win it immediately. Two, your waiver wire, use your waiver wire, especially shout out to Char here. These guys can become all-stars. Of course, we have like
Mhm.
Austin Reeves, other waiver
Yeah.
dudes. I got Ryan Rollins this year off of waivers, so he's not an all-star, but good fantasy producer. So look at the waiver. Lastly, my opinion is that trade calculators are a scam, and this is why I have this pulled up here. This is my whole bench just for JSN. Yeah, so my opinion is trade calculators are a scam, so don't use them. Yeah.
Pretty valid.
Well, that's all for us, and I don't know how long this video is, so if it's really long, apologies, but hopefully y'all have had some fun listening in to some basketball talk, and hopefully this mousetrap will brighten your day a little bit. Evan, thanks for getting us all suited up here with your Baylor Zoom meeting. And Drank, thanks for coming last minute. We do appreciate it. All right, until next time.
Until next time.